day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at the Lowe's out in Plano, Texas. As always, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up and like button for this video, as well as the hype button. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. And also give me a follow on my Instagram page at Grow Folds if you have any questions about the plant or just want to get in touch with me directly. That is the fastest and best way to get in touch with me. Anyways, Plant Foldies, I wanted to take you alongside for a two-part plant shopping series today. This is actually footage that I did not get to put up on YouTube. So I decided to go ahead and showcase some of the plants that I found at this Lowe's location. And then on the second part of the video, you will see the Christmas shopping holiday plants that I found at Home Depot. So definitely stay tuned till the very end of the video. But as you can see right here, I am at this Plano, Texas Lowe's location, which is right off of I-75. So for those that are familiar for the DFW area, this is in North Dallas, which is where I am based at. And I am just going to go ahead and pick up a lot of these plants right here. You can see this one is a Hydra Helix. And for those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers Plant Foldies. Welcome. My name is Richie and I do daily 1-hour plant shopping videos. And I always mispronounce Hydra Helix. That is the correct way to say it, is actually Hydra Helix. This is the gold baby, English ivy. And for those that have been following my journey on YouTube, you already know that English ivy is one of my plants that I absolutely love and am obsessed about. I would say if they were not such a difficult plant to grow, they would be alongside with my love and obsession for Aglaonema. But unfortunately, they are just really challenging plants to grow indoors long-term because they end up getting spider mites. Now, for those that are able to grow English ivies, then I commend you. You get a gold star, you get the Miss Universe crown. And I know that I'm a little bit off topic today, and it's because I feel really chatty, and that is because I don't know if anybody here watches Miss Universe, but I am just curious to see what y'all thought about Miss Universe 2025 that was hosted by Thailand, and what you think of the actual winners. Please leave that in the comment section below. I am curious because me being a proud Filipino American, I will just say that Filipinos are very much so invested in pageants such as Miss Universe. Congratulations to Atisa Manalo for being third runner-up at the Miss Universe 2025 competition that just happened a few days ago. But anyways, just as much as Filipinos are invested in pageants, I would even say that Filipinos or even the plant foldie community are very much so invested in the plants that we're seeing. So you can see right here, Costa Farms. Love Costa Farms. You can see that they've got a plethora of different types of exotic angel plants. You can see right over here, this is another Hydra Helix. And this one is called the Hydra Helix Florida. This one is a Florida ivy, and you can see that the leaves have a very much narrow, sharp point to it. Very interesting English ivy. And I will even say that my English ivy that I left over the winter outside last year, and it actually snowed in North Dallas, survived and actually grew a bunch just being in their potted containers outdoors. So again, with English ivies, if you want to grow them, they are definitely a great container plant to grow outdoors. Now, if you're going to grow them indoors, you need to make sure that you are spraying them down with neem oil. Just know that plants like English ivy, alocaceas tend to attract spider mites. So that, that just use caution if you are actually going to try to grow those plants indoors. But as you can see right over here, with the holiday season in full effect, can you believe that in just a couple of days at the end of this week, we will be reaching Black Friday. I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving this coming Thursday. And just know that, with holidays, it is all about, celebrating with the people you love, enjoying each other's company. And I will say for the plant foldies that have tuned in, that have remained super loyal, super supportive, I wish everybody in advance happy Thanksgiving. I am very much thankful for the time and investment you have given me in terms of watching my videos, leaving comments in the comment section, pressing that thumbs up or like button for this video or all of my other videos. I really appreciate it. It has given me a venue where not only I can utilize this platform to create a space that everybody can celebrate about plants and just really have good vibes, but also it's just for me to showcase the things that I am passionate about. So really thankful for the Plant Foldies that have tuned in. But as you can see right here, I am just picking up a lot of these exotic angel plants. Know that a lot of these Costa Farms plants are very much so budget friendly. And when we talk about doing your Christmas shopping or even more so Black Friday shopping, let me know in the comment section if you are looking for plant deals. What kind of amazing sales would you get on houseplants? Let me know in the comment section. I will say the best ways to save money, especially if you are planning on going Black Friday shopping, is to download the store apps. They have loyalty programs. For instance, Target has what they call the Target Circle app, which actually gives you a lot of rewards and benefits. Same thing with Lowe's, My Lowe's Rewards. Home Depot has one as well, and also Walmart. So those are a lot of the big box stores, but we cannot forget about our local and small businesses. So definitely check their Instagram pages, their socials, their websites. They may also have some amazing Black Friday deals. But you know, as far as this footage that I have, I will say earlier in the year, big box stores tend to have a little bit more selection when it comes to plants. I mean, you can see right over here, we've got a syngonium, and I am loving the look of this particular syngonium, for instance. Really nice leaves. And you know, with syngoniums, care tips is you want to make sure that you are consistently watering them. So water them when the soil is almost dry, give them bright indirect light, and they will thrive for you. I would even say if you want to give them a lot more growth, grow your syngoniums outdoors in a shaded area that gets morning light, and they will just give you so much growth. They are very vigorous, fast growers, or at least the majority of them are. Now, I do have a couple of more uncommon and rare syngoniums that I recently got from Indonesia, and so that will be in a future unboxing video. And I did want to invite everybody to tune in Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow to check out my unboxing video from Art Garden Flowers. It is a very detailed unboxing haul. You will see so many Aglaonema, and you will also see the updates of after me actually getting the plants and growing them for about a month and a half to 2 months. So that should be something quite interesting and hopefully insightful and educational for anybody that is interested in growing plants. So let me just go ahead and pick up some plants, and I'll comment a little bit more so later on in the video. Foldies, what do you think about some of the Costa Farms hanging baskets that I'm picking up? As you can see right here, Costa Farms, at least this year, has really brought the heat in terms of just having so many amazing plants to purchase, and that is the beauty of going big box store plant shopping. You get many options. And again, shout out to Costa Farms again for just having so many budget friendly options. And so as we go shopping for Black Friday specials or deals, I am just really curious to see what plant pricing you're seeing out in your stores. Definitely leave that in the comments section below. And I mean, you can see right here, gorgeous Syngonium. Love the Syngonium right here. Not 100% sure what the Syngonium is, but it is a nice and lush one for $20.98. And as we wrap up 2025, can you believe that in just a couple of days it will be December, and in 3 weeks time it will be Christmas, and then the New Year's, and then we're done with 2025. And I'm definitely going to do some future videos as we round out 2025 to just talk about my journey with my plants, my personal growth in terms of just my social media presence and just the content that I've created for the Plant Foldies. So let's just continue to pick up some of these plants right here. I definitely didn't want to go ahead and get this content that I filmed a little while back to waste. I didn't even realize that I didn't get this uploaded, but as you can see right here, beautiful spider plant right here. This one is another easy care plant, and as I mentioned in so many of my videos, oftentimes we look at plants as being a valuable plant based on the money, or maybe whether it's trending or not on social media. But the spider plant, it's very easy to care for. It's definitely budget friendly as well as pet friendly. And for me, I am definitely really thankful that there are plants that have options in terms of being pet friendly. I didn't even realize that sometimes whenever you're looking for houseplants, you have to have plants that are going to be pet friendly. For those that don't know, I have two amazing hens by the name of Catriona. She is a Rhode Island red hen, as well as Charlotte. She is a Barred Rock hen. And on November 5th this year, they actually celebrated 7 months being old, 7 months old. They have started to lay eggs consistently, and that's a video I wanted to post for the Plant Foldies, but unfortunately I just haven't had a lot of time. But we will see whether I get some time to get that uploaded. It is going to go under my YouTube membership tier. So again, Plant Foldies, if you haven't already, please consider joining my YouTube membership tier. It is only for the price of a cup of coffee, and you will get some members only exclusive content. Just hit the join button if you're watching this on a computer. If not, consider pressing the direct link in the comment section. It will be a pinned link. You'll see that ways to save money whenever you're going big box or plant shopping, again, is to look at the clearance section. So we've got a couple of Aglaonema right over here. Beautiful Aglaonema. These ones at this particular Lowe's location, we have an Aglaonema Silver Bay. We've also got some more beautiful varieties here. The only thing about these Aglaonema that are on clearance for 50% off is you'll notice that they have a little bit of cosmetic damage. And the thing about these plants that are on 50% off, just know that these plants are definitely the most vulnerable in terms of the health of the plant. And what happens is whenever you have plants that are in a vulnerable state, they tend to be a little bit more prone to getting plant pests such as mealybugs, spider mites, those types of plant pests. And unfortunately, that is the drawback about buying plants that are on clearance or on sale. I will say some people will ask me whether they should repot the plant or not, just really depending on your preference. If you feel like the soil substrate might have some potential plant pests, then I would say go ahead and actually repot it. Now this one right over there, that is an Aglaonema Red Siam. And what's interesting, Plant Foldies, I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent. So I haven't had any negative comments in the comment section for quite a while, because we have established that we do not tolerate negativity. It is all about good vibes only. And as I mentioned this before, I am the type of person that if you have something that's not very kind or really value added, I always urge people to kind of rethink what they say on social social media, or even better yet, how you would approach somebody if you were to see them in person. And so after reading this particular comment on one of my most recent videos, I kind of did a little bit of digging, and I'm like, why is this person who obviously left a negative comment 2 months ago will go back on my social media platform and actually leave a negative comment? And to me, there are a couple of reasons. Number one, I feel like this person is not aware of how they should really act in a public setting. And then number two, I don't think that they've really, really thought through about what those words could do for somebody, on social media. For me, it doesn't really impact me. I think it's actually hilarious. And honestly, whenever somebody leaves a negative comment, not only are they, showcasing how unhappy and a negative person they are, but also it helps with my engagement, because really, if you just don't watch my videos, YouTube will just not push my videos out. So by just simply clicking, listening, commenting, that actually drives engagement. So if somebody has something negative to say or doesn't really like my content, I would just say probably just don't even put that energy into fabricating a negative thought in your mind and then also leaving it in the comment section. And I know that y'all are thinking, Richie, you are being rambly again, but you know what, Plant Foldies, if you haven't already figured out, I love to talk and I love making long format content. So if that's not your cup of tea, totally get it. But I did want to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of insight about that. I thought it was kind of hilarious. And so again, it is all about good vibes only. We have a lot of Plant Foldies that are very adamant that will defend me whenever there is a negative comment. So I would just say rethink negative thoughts, rethink how you approach people, especially in a week where it is the holidays and we're all about celebrating, family, friends, and good vibes. So let me go ahead and get off that soapbox, but let me know in the comments section, Plant Foldies, what you think about some of my insights as I continue to walk around here and show you some more gorgeous plants from Costa Farms. I mean, you can see right here, beautiful fern for $20.98. And we're just going to keep picking up some plants and taking a look at what else they have to offer. Is the mascot of my YouTube channel. This is the Aglaonema Red Siam. This one is again for $15.98. And I've actually propagated quite a bit of Aglaonema Red Siam. I love the pink stems. I love the red margins on it, and urge everybody for this holiday season to go ahead and buy yourself an Aglaonema Red Siam. I do believe it is one of the easiest plants to take care of. It is a plant that is super underrated, overlooked, but I have seen quite a bit of traction in terms of just more people getting into Aglaonemas. I will be getting a final shipment of Aglaonema from Art Garden Flowers in Indonesia. So super excited about that. The shipment is scheduled for November 29th. And if you haven't already, Plant Foldies, definitely go watch some of my unboxing videos of my plants from overseas, because you will definitely see some of the import plant care tips and just many things regarding how to care for plants that you receive from overseas. Now this one right here is one of my favorite plants of all times. This is a Philodendron Hederaceum Neon, and the reason why I love the Philodendron Hederaceum Neon is because look at the neon colors on this particular philodendron. I love the heart-shaped leaves. I just love everything everything about it, it's just got so much joy. You know, they call the color yellow the color of joy, and I really believe that that is the case. As far as care tips for this one, you want to make sure that you are giving it bright indirect light. As always, make sure you water it when the soil is completely dry, or just stay consistent with the watering. It will get a little bit leggy, it will get a little bit smaller leaves if you do not give it enough bright indirect light. But otherwise, I love seeing 8-inch hanging baskets of this particular philodendron. This one again is by Costa Farms for $20.98. So love celebrating that. And then you can see right over here, look at this gorgeous Hydra Helix. Love the Hydra Helix or the Hedera Helix, just simply for the fact that, look at this right here. I love the variegation of this plant. I love everything about this plant, except this plant does not love me back. And I will say this in every single video that I pull a Hydra Helix. It's because it just gets spider mites whenever I try to grow this indoors. There are just some plants that are just more prone to spider mites and plant pests. They're not as adaptable to growing indoor conditions, and this is one of the plants right over here. It likes to rebel, it likes to get sick, it likes to just do things that we just wish they wouldn't do. But as far as the Hydra Helix, you definitely can at least admire it at a big box store. You know, I came up with this new term, or it's a term that I've been using on this channel, called plant window shopping. There are some plants I would love to be able to grow indoors long term, but unfortunately, you know, they just don't work out. So I ended up just getting plants by just looking at them at the big box store. I mean, look at this. Look at how gorgeous that Philodendron hederaceum neon is. Let me know in the comment section what you think, Plant Foldies, what you think of some of the Costa Farms plants that I've shown you today. And hopefully it has been a fun and inspiring shopping experience so far, because in the latter part of the video, I will be visiting a current Home Depot where they're featuring a lot of these gorgeous holiday theme plants. As you can see, Plant Foldies, this particular Lowe's location remains super full. I love the look of all of the plants hanging. And, you know, as far as my plants hanging outside, it hasn't gotten too cold. The other day we did get some hail, and it actually damaged quite a bit of my plants outdoors. So that's the thing about Texas weather, at least North Texas weather. It's not as consistent. Now over here, we do have a beautiful bonsai, and I love bonsai. I recently became an affiliate for the Bonsai Supply. So if you like bonsai soil, go to the bonsaisupply.com, utilize my promo code GROWFOLDS for 10% off your entire purchase. And then as far as these anthuriums right over here, so you can see this is a common anthurium for $14.98. This one is a red one, and you know, this is another plant. There's a lot of holiday themed plants that you will see, and this is another one that I feel like could be utilized as a holiday themed plant. You know, traditionally we look at plants like Norfolk pine, poinsettias, but how about anthuriums like this, the ones with the red blooms? I've also seen Proven Winners Leafjoy, for instance, start to create a new trend utilizing caladiums, red caladiums, and obviously Costa Farms is really bringing in Aglaonema red Siam. You know, as far as Aglaonema, I hope that in the future Costa Farms will utilize some of the more redder varieties of Aglaonema, like the Aglaonema succum. Now, as far as them being patented, I understand that if there is a patent on a plant, then we're going to have to wait a couple of years before it is available and able to be mass produced. But this anthurium, I love it. I will eventually get one of these again. I am saving some money to get a variegated form on eBay called the Anthurium shibori, which is basically like a candy cane type variegation. So really love the look of that. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue to pick up plants right over here. You can see this one is a Peperomia obtusifolia variegata. Say that 3 times and see if it's a tongue twister. This one is for $15.98. And again, this is by Live Trends Design. Love Live Trends Design plants. They are definitely my favorite plant aesthetic, and it is one that I just absolutely love. And then you can see right over here, this one is a Sansevieria. This one is another Sansevieria, some type of snake plant. This is a Sansevieria trifasciata. And while I am just talking to the Plant Foldies today, you know, I am just really excited to have the Thanksgiving off. You know, my current career, I work a lot. It's definitely peak season for me. And just to have Thanksgiving Day off, I'm really happy to be able to spend that with my family. I will be hanging out with my sister and her children. My mother-in-law is in from the UK, and we're just going to be spending quite a bit of time, quality time. And then later on, I will be hanging out with my husband, Luke's father, and we're all in close proximity. So I am just curious, Plant Foldies, if you guys have any specific Thanksgiving plans, what that all looks like. And just know on Thanksgiving Eve, I will actually have a live premiere. So I will have a live chat set up as well, because I want to make sure if for some reason you're not able to celebrate Thanksgiving with your family and you need a space, I hope that some of the Plant Foldies will tune in the live chat. Let's have a Thanksgiving party virtually and just have some good vibes only. Again, you know, a lot of my videos are very similar in the way I present them. You know, it's not a secret that I will go to a big box store, pick up a beautiful Sansevieria like this, and literally talk for an hour. But, you know, the positive comments you guys have given me in terms of some people just listen to my voice and it helps them sleep. Some people will just put this on as they do their plant chores. Whatever value you get from my plant shopping videos or plant content, really appreciate that. So definitely tune in Thanksgiving Eve as I have a brand new video and some more future content that's coming out. Is I still have some plant con videos that will upload as I was part of the creator collective, as well as Texas Aeroid Show. And I just had so much fun at the Texas Aeroid Show. So if you're discovering my YouTube channel today and you've made it this far into the video, definitely press the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely pushes this content out to more plant lovers like yourself, as well as tune into the playlist that I have on my YouTube channel. There's many content that you could potentially discover. And as far as some of the other plant content that I've had in the past, you can always team replay it. But as you can see right here, Plant Foldies, look at this Haworthia. I love the pastel green on it. I also love the planter. Whenever I look at Live Trends Design plants, whenever I just look at these plants in general, I am just really inspired to see what that all looks like in terms of the aesthetics behind it. So let me know again in the comment section if you end up buying Live Trends Design plants. That's the beauty of going shopping at Lowe's. And if you haven't already, definitely download the Lowe's app. You will save a ton of money because you get different types of rewards as well. gorgeous looking Hydra Helix. This is the gold baby ivy by Costa Farms for $5.98. Loving it. And then we also have some more plants right over here. We've got a mixture of urban jungle plants. Look at this syngonium right here. And my recent unboxing where I ended up getting some rare and uncommon syngoniums. Definitely check that out. Shout out to my friend Infran from Indonesia. He has a nursery called Leaf Crafter on Instagram, so definitely check him out. But I've got some more uncommon syngoniums ready to be shown on YouTube, so stay tuned for that unboxing. And as you can see right here, urban jungle plants. There is just something beautiful about looking at easy care plants like this Pothos Enjoy, or no, sorry, that's the Pothos Pearls and Jade. That one is only for $14.98. This one right over here is a beautiful syngonium of some sort as well. And as we do Christmas shopping, there have been some people that have asked, if they wanted to send me a present or anything of that nature. I tell my family all the time, you don't necessarily have to give me any type of monetary gifts. Gift cards for Lowe's, gift cards at Home Depot, gift cards at Walmart, gift cards at Target. Those are the best gifts if you're going to send me a gift. Some people have asked what my wish list is because it does help out as well. Here's a beautiful Aglaonema Red Siam by Live Trends Design. I love the pink candy color pot, and then you can see right here, this is a sea of Dracaenas that we have readily available for purchase. So this particular Lowe's location, if you're ever out in the North Dallas area, you can check that out as well. As you can see right here, Plant Foldies, what a beautiful big box store this Lowe's location is. Look at how super full their selection is in terms of plants. So as far as plants in general, throughout the seasons, at least in North Dallas, we are still able to get access to a lot of house plants. They haven't really downsized. So the next location, Plant Foldies, we are going to be going big box store plant shopping at the Home Depot out on McDermott Road in Allen, Texas. If you haven't already, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. Again, it definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself, and also give me a follow on my Instagram page at GrowFolds. But as you can see right here, this was an early morning excursion where I decided that I would go to the Home Depot in Allen, Texas to see what holiday Christmas themed houseplants that we have available. Can you believe again that there will be more Christmas plants? So we're going to go ahead and take a gander and take a look at this particular Lowe's or Home Depot location. I find going big box store plant shopping early in the morning super relaxing because the morning sunlight is gentle. There's not a lot of people shopping around. You can see that they just got done watering these plants. I'm picking up a bunch of these coleus plants right over here by Vigoro Plants. Love coleus plants, and you can grow these as an indoor house plant for a long term. Most people consider them more of like an annual container plant, but you can bring them indoors. Just know that they are super thirsty plants, and you need to make sure you're watering them consistently. They do not like to stay dried for too long, otherwise you will see signs of droopiness, and it's just not good for the coleus plants. $7.98. We've got so many beautiful varieties of chrysanthemums or mums. These typically are available during the fall season heading into winter, and you can see that these ones are actually in almost peak bloom. Now if you want the blooms to last longer, I would go ahead and just buy the ones that haven't fully bloomed just yet, unless you're looking for that instant gratification and feed to boost growth. I love my Miracle Grow fertilizer. You can see that they've got many different types of feeders that you can use to water your garden. I actually use a garden feeder as well for my plants. And then over here we've got some tropical shrubs. We've got some cordyline Hawaiian tea plants, some Zora plants, and these are all for 50% off. Again, I mentioned before that if you're looking to save money on plants, sometimes the seasonality of the plants is the best time to see when you can buy plants at a very good price. I know that Black Friday is about to happen, and obviously that is one of the main events in terms of retail, but in terms of just buying like tropical shrubs or plants, know that a lot of these plants will go 50% off. So you can see crotons grown by Nature's Way are now 50% off. Crotons are a premium plant that comes around during the fall season because they do have like colorful fall plants, at least colorful colors for the fall is what I mean to say. And you know, with crotons, quite interesting how this plant is utilized as a fall plant when truthfully these plants are actually native to Southeast Asian countries. You can see them a lot in the Caribbean as well. And these plants actually like warmer climates, lots of sunlight, high humidity, and consistent watering, all of which are not really conducive to fall season weather in the United States. So it's really interesting how these plants are cultivated as more of a decorative annual plant, and which is a shame. You can see that that actually has some blooms, and you can see that there are some seeds that are forming, which is actually not as commonly seen with crotons. I love crotons. They remind me of my home country, the Philippines. And for those that have a problem with me talking about my heritage, I know that that was something that one of those negative comments mentioned. I am going to continue to shout to the world, or rather the universe, that I am a proud Filipino, because you know what, when you think about a lot of these plants, such as these croton plants, these plants grow like weeds. We don't have to put so much effort into growing house plants in Southeast Asia, in the Philippines. Like the concept of growing plants indoors is so foreign because these plants are literally plants that grow outdoors. It's kind of like our outdoor garden plants in the United States being, adapted as an indoor house plant. So it's always interesting. In the Philippines, they call croton San Francisco plants. I like this croton mame, for instance. And again, it is only for 50% off. So you will save quite a bit of money. I was really tempted to buy that croton mame because the size is really nice. But then when you think about where do you put these plants when it gets super cold? I know that if you were to grow a croton indoors, you would definitely need to grow it under a grow light because it does require quite a bit of light and also consistent watering. When a croton is not happy, it will definitely shed its leaves. Otherwise, if you're able to get it to grow, then definitely grow it indoors, but you know that you'll need to actually provide quite a bit of light for it. Beautiful plant. I love how it's fiery. I love how it's colorful, and it's just a very unique plant. And this plant can grow into a full-blown tree if you give it the right conditions, which is really challenging to do so if you're going to try to grow these indoors. I would always say if you're able to grow crotons, you can grow them outdoors. You can actually put them out in full sun and just make sure that you are consistently watering them, and you will get the best coloration, the best growth out of these croton plants. So let's just continue to walk around Plant Foldies as we take a look at the outdoor section. And then obviously we're going to be talking about the holiday Christmas plants. If you're doing your Christmas shopping, if you're looking for ideas on what kind of gifts you can give to people, houseplants are a great gift, but you should also be very selective and very thoughtful in terms of what kind of plant are you going to offer somebody that may not necessarily be into growing houseplants in general. As a rule of thumb, you want to look for plants that are easy care, low maintenance, because the last thing you need to do is give somebody a gift that's going to add more stress, more workload to their daily lifestyle. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and have you guys admire all of these chrysanthemums. Again, this sea of chrysanthemums or mums are absolutely stunning. This one right here is a plant that you can grow in your landscape, and they are considered perennials in most grow zones. My grow zone is 8B. That is really what I like, is the fact that this is a plant that will grow after it's actually been spent in terms of its season. So once it dies off in the spring, it will come back, and it will come back year after year. Another plant that I would consider as a seasonal fall/winter plant would be a cyclamen. Now, cyclamen, you can see that mostly in grocery stores year round in the floral section, but you can see right here, I really love the look of the leaves more so than the blooms. But cyclamen, again, are plants that some people will try to grow indoors, but they really are best suited to be grown outdoors in a container versus as an indoor house plant. I do like the look of cyclamen, although in terms of like long term, it's just really challenging to grow them long term indoors. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to look at all of the beautiful outdoor garden plants. Again, Plant Foldies, I have an eclectic taste when it comes to plants in general, whether it's indoor tropical plants or outdoor gardening plants. I'm already trying to think about what am I going to do next year in terms of my landscaping. I will say growing chickens or raising hens in your backyard, I didn't realize that they really do tear up your yard. So I'm gonna have to kind of recover my lawn because my chickens, even though I've only have two, have literally destroyed all of the grass in my backyard. So I'm gonna have to kind of rehab that. And in terms of just growing plants, again, especially when you have chickens, I am not necessarily able to just let them free range because I'm afraid that they're going to eat up some of my aglaonemas and other plants that I had growing outdoors. So that is a little bit off topic of what we're looking at, but that's just some insights of what's been going on in terms of my backyard and my chickens. But as you can see right here, look at these beautiful containers of just so many different colors. I'm not necessarily somebody that actually invests a lot of time in growing container gardens, but some people might be into that. I will shout out Eric, Planty Buds, who actually has a YouTube channel. Definitely subscribe to his YouTube channel. He had some amazing container garden plants, and I absolutely love it. And that's the thing about Plant Foldies. I do encourage y'all to post on the community tab pictures of your plants, just anything that you would love to share to the community, because as much as I love to create this content, a lot of times I am also most interested in getting to know the viewers and subscribers that tune into my content. And so I do have a community tab, so definitely go to my channel, click the community tab, and you can post pictures. I appreciate those that have actually taken the time to just show a little bit about your plants, highlight any milestones in your life. I love to celebrate, positivity and also just positive moments that happen in each and every one of y'all's daily lives. So definitely consider posting on the community tab, and we're just gonna go ahead and look at more of these outdoor garden plants. Feel free to leave in the comment section again what you think, and I hope that everybody is really gearing up for a fun-filled, relaxing, good vibes only Thanksgiving. I just know that with this weekend coming up, I am going to be extremely busy, extremely stressed, but I'm going to lean into the fact that I have the best plant community out there on YouTube, and that is the Plant Foldies. Now over here, you can see we've got some great hanging succulents. That I think is a string of bananas. I think we have some more string of something. Let's take a look at this one right here. These are for $12.98. So these ones are string of pearls. Love the look of string of pearls. The string of variegated pearls is what I would consider trying to grow, but anything string of is actually really challenging for me to grow. It's either I overwater them, I underwater them, or they end up getting like spider mites. So even these succulent type plants are not as easy, or at least they don't come naturally for me. And I think a lot of times it's because as a kid, I didn't really grow up growing succulents. I know my grandmother didn't really grow a lot of succulents, and therefore maybe I just didn't get the right routine around it. But as you can see right here, we've got mounds and mounds of mums, and then we're also going to look at some of the plant accessories here. So if you're looking for any type of support for your climbing philodendron or aroids, you can see that Home Depot has you covered. And I would even say that, going shopping early that morning was such a beautiful morning. It was very relaxing. And, even if I am not necessarily purchasing a lot of plants, for me, it is a great way to create content and really practice mindfulness. And so for me, as I continue to make these big box or plant shopping videos, just know that a lot of the reasons why I could be a little bit talkative, a little bit repetitive, a little bit excited, is because it gets me to just kind of talk through some of my thoughts about the plants. And for me, whenever I am filming at a big box store, I practice breathing and just really enjoying the fresh air, being out and about and practicing mindfulness. And for anybody that might be struggling with anxieties, for instance, depression or anything of that nature, when you are out and about moving, when you are surrounding yourself with nature, it does make a great impact. And so I urge people as well, as I do these big box or plant shopping videos, to go out there, even just admire the plants. Either go to a local nursery if you have that available, go to a plant shop, go to a big box store and just look at the plants. You don't necessarily have to go spend your money on plants, although I would say this euphorbia ghost, I was super tempted to buy, but I just know that I don't really have the time or space to take care of those plants. You can see right over here, look at this one. Quite an interesting plant. And that's one thing I will say. This one is $26.98. You would be surprised about how much money you would save though going big box store plant shopping. And it is a topic that I often talk about, and that is whether you should just buy your plants at big box stores. Do you feel like if you buy plants at big box stores, you're actually taking away from small businesses and putting them out of business? And, I always tell people it's not necessarily the case. I think if you diversify where you buy your plants, whether it's a big box store, a local nursery, a plant shop, online, or even overseas, then you are getting the best value for your money. And it's easy to say or criticize somebody for saying if you buy big box store plants, then you are purposely taking small businesses out of business. I beg to differ. I always say that, small businesses or local nurseries are competitive. It really depends on what they can offer. So maybe sometimes local or small nurseries may not have the cost effectiveness of the plants, but maybe the selection of plants is a wider variety. Maybe the health of the plant, or maybe the plant expertise that the staff can offer is enough to draw people to go shop local and small. So fruit for thought. And that's the thing that I am thankful for, in the fact that I have been given a platform to balance both big box store plant shopping as well as local nursery and small businesses, making sure that they get that exposure and that treatment of positivity as well. I don't know, Plant Foldies, I've had a lot of thoughts to talk about today as I show you all of these wonderful succulents and just all of the plants that you would see. It's interesting too that, Lowe's and Home Depot have a different vibe when it comes to shopping for plants. I would say the outdoor garden section for Home Depot has a really good selection. I would say for consistency in terms of, say, Costa Farms plants or tropical plants, Lowe's definitely takes the win on that. But then when you think about some of the indoor tropical plants that Home Depot has to offer, they have some high quality indoor tropical plants that are being provided by Proven Winners Leafjoy, which is what we're going to be looking at. But as you can see right here, many different varieties of succulents and cactus. Let me know what your favorites are, and if you made it this far into the video. Again, if you haven't already, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out, and I would love to just hear all of your comments, your insights about the plants that we have seen today. Let me know what your plans are for Thanksgiving, and if you guys are all going to tune in to the Plant Foldie Thanksgiving video that I will be posting on Thanksgiving Eve. The dance song I'm putting up is the song called You're on the Beat by DJ Bang Beats. That is the official dance song of the Plant Foldy community. And again, let's continue to just keep picking up some of these plants here. Have you guys ever actually made a succulent arrangement using all of these small succulents? This is a beautiful Chryssala or jade plant as well. I do like the variegation, but I am just really cautious about growing succulents and cactus because they end up melting for me and they just don't do well in my care. I have two succulents that are actually growing for me. One is an Aeonium that I bought from Star Succulents Garden a year ago, and another one is a mermaid tail euphorbia, and that one is having a little bit of damage as well. I'm not sure what's going on with it, and I'm a little concerned that I may end up sending it to Plant Heaven. But with succulents and cactus, it is a whole new world. I need to do some searching and research whether there are some content creators that specifically focus on succulents and cactus. If you have any suggestions on YouTube channels, Instagram pages that I need to follow, please leave that in the comment section below because I want to learn more about succulents and cactus. At least I know where I can source out very budget-friendly, cost-effective succulents and cactus. I mean, this is one of my favorite ones. This is a Kalanchoe. Love the felt, velvety textured leaves, and that's one that I often see and I may consider growing in my collection at some point. But you can see many different varieties, and there's one right here. This one is an aloe vera. I love the fact that Smart Plants has so many to choose from whenever you go to Home Depot. You can see over here, let's take a moment and look at how beautiful this Hoya carnosa is. And again, if you're looking for some really budget-friendly Hoya, you can go to Home Depot and buy yourself these types of Hoyas, $19.98. Look at the high variegation of this one. And I always wonder why certain Hoyas are super, super expensive. I remember going to the Texas Aeroid show and seeing one for like $900, a 2-leaf Hoya. Somebody that is into Hoyas, somebody that is a Hoya head, somebody that is a Hoya expert, let me know why they are so expensive or certain ones are. I mean, this one right here would look like something that was super expensive, but is commonly found, and the variegation is just stunning. I have some Hoyas in my plant collection, and I'm hoping to acquire more as I continue to build my collection. Again, I'm curious to see what that looks like for everybody, and we're just going to continue to walk around here and look at different types of plants. We're going to go ahead and just keep looking at some of the succulents and cactus arrangements and their selection at this Home Depot. Plant Foldies, we're going to be looking at some of these gorgeous Proven Winners Leafjoy plants. I love Proven Winners plants, and you can see they've got the Proven Winners littles. They've got a plethora of different types of Hoya. Have you ever seen a Sunstress Hoya adrift? by Proven Winners Leafjoy. You're looking at one right now, $5.98 is the asking price. Look at the leaves of this Sunstress Hoya. And for those that don't know what Sunstress means, it means that particular plant has received a little bit more light than it needs, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's damaged the plant. Just the plant has given a different type of tone, and that's what makes Hoyas quite interesting. Certain Hoyas really do sunstress beautifully, and so you can see this one has some beautiful like purple reddish tones about it. It makes me want to go ahead and collect Proven Winners Leafjoy Hoyas. I love the fact that they have many varieties, some of them super uncommon for a very cost-effective price. I mean, take a look at this one right here. This is some type of silver type Hoya, only for $5.98. Now, I am not so keen about the Hoya care or how to get it to blooms, but what I do know is there is a huge fandom when it comes to Hoya. So like Misty Morning Hoya, this one is for $5.98. Maybe next year I'll really get into Hoyas. There's a couple of them that I'm hoping to acquire. I really like the silvery tone Hoyas. I like the Hoyas with more of the larger rounder leaf shapes. Some of them that just sunstress really well. I have yet to see any of my Hoyas bloom, but hopefully I'll be able to get them to bloom at some point. But you can see right here, any of these Hoyas, like this one right here, OMG, this one is also sunstress. It is stunning, and I was surprised that I didn't end up picking that up. You know, that's the thing I will give myself credit for, a little self-recognition. And it's the fact that whenever I am doing big box or plant shopping now, as much as I love what the plant looks like or feel that I need to get the plant, I have really practiced great restraint in just allowing myself to pick up the plant, admire the plant, but not necessarily spend that money on the plant. And, you know, thus is the way to combat impulse buys. Now, I get it. Sometimes some plants, it's very challenging to not do an impulse buy, but I have to say I've been really good about doing that, meaning I haven't been adding as many plants to my collection. The problem is I do impulse buys when it comes to getting overseas Aglaonema, because I have wonderful selections that I would see. So oftentimes I'm just like, maybe I should just not look at some of the postings for some of these Aglaonema that I can get from overseas. I'm really curious to see Plant Foldies. Again, I just love that open dialogue. I love hearing from y'all. I love the fact that you guys tune in to just watch me pick up plants and pretty much talk your ear off for an hour plus. Really appreciate that. But let's go ahead and just continue to look and admire at these Proven Winners Leafjoy Littles. This one is the Sea Stones one, and I mean, I've never seen this one sunstress until I went to this Home Depot location. It gets a really deep, dark, purplish red tone with borders like that. I mean, you can see that one is the sunstress version of Hoya Sea Stones. What do y'all think about the sunstress variety? I almost feel like they just do a full 360 transformation. recommend this Home Depot for just having a pretty good selection of Proven Winners Leafjoy plants. You can even see here we've got a ficus, elastica ruby, and several large foliage plants. Now these ones I think are for $29.98, and you can't go to Home Depot and not find yourself a beautiful Aglaonema Golden Bay. This one is for $29.98, and if you ask my opinion, that is such a good value for such a large Aglaonema. It is one that I would highly recommend, and I know that some people might be tired about me talking about Aglaonema, but sometimes this is really one thing that I would tell you about Aglaonema is once you get into them, you will not stop wanting to buy them. They're truly a plant that people really overlook, and just the care for them is so easy, and that one is such a good price for what is being asked for it. Now, the next couple of plants would be plants I would recommend as a Christmas gift or a present, because these are easy to care for plants, low maintenance plants, and every single one that I'm going to pick up are the ones that I would recommend, especially this neon pothos. My favorite pothos, because look at that, such bright colors, and it's so easy to take care of. It's so easy to multiply and propagate as well, and this one is only for $14.98. Now, as I wrap up the outdoor garden section with some of the Proven Winners Leafjoy plants, I did want to show you some of the plant products I would recommend. Plant fertilizers, Miracle Grow all-purpose fertilizer is one I would recommend. Very good value for your plants. It works both indoors and outdoors. Some people are not always keen about Miracle Grow all-purpose fertilizer, but if you're asking me what fertilizer I use, this is definitely one I use for my plants, and it has done very well for me. Now, I am not an official affiliate of the Miracle Grow product, but it's one I would recommend. And then you can see they have other organic plant fertilizers, so if you want to go the organic route. But as far as the synthetic all-purpose fertilizer, go get yourself Miracle Grow fertilizer. I recommend it. It works well. It gives you really good results, or at least over the years it has for me. Now, let's go ahead and just talk about the Proven Winners Leafjoy plants. The holiday series. Bring a little bit of Leafjoy into your holiday. Share Leafjoy holidays. These ones are for $19.98, and I absolutely love this philodendron black cardinal. I love the dark leaves. I love how healthy it looks. I love just the shine it has. And kudos again to Proven Winners Leafjoy. Huge fan of them. And you know, to be quite transparent and honest, I would love to collaborate with Proven Winners Leafjoy just because they have some amazing plants. I love the fact that they do introduce certain house plants that other nurseries that provide at big box stores don't necessarily have out there. And I mean, take a look at just the patterns and the texture of this particular Proven Winners Leafjoy plant. Let's just continue to pick up some of these plants here. A lot of these plants that I will be showing you are definitely holiday themed. So if you're into home decor or decorating your home for the seasons, then the planters itself definitely set the mood for the holidays. It definitely brings me joy, and I hope that you guys will also share a little bit of Proven Winners Leafjoy for the holidays. At least get that into your homes. So let's see what other selections that they have. Again, feel free to leave in the comment section what you think about the plants. I mean, look at this gnome. This is super cute, and they have an easy to care for, beginner friendly plant. I also love the fact that they have a tag that already makes it a conducive Christmas gift. So if you are doing your Christmas shopping, if you know somebody that is obsessed about plants, go ahead and spend your money, buy yourself some Proven Winners Leafjoy plants, especially these holiday themed planters. They make great holiday decorations, holiday decor. I think you would get the best value for your money, and you're going to bring people happiness. I feel like a lot of the selections that Proven Winners Leafjoy has given in terms of the holiday plants are really good ones. I mean, take a look at this philodendron white wizard. I wouldn't mind having this in my plant collection. Love the variegation, and look at how the marbling looks on these leaves. So we're just going to go ahead and keep shopping and looking at these plants. Again, please make sure you are supporting Proven Winners Leafjoy on Instagram by following their Instagram pages. Let them feel the positivity of the Grow Folds Plant Foldy community by leaving comments on their post as well. Plant Foldies, as I round out today's two-part big box store plant shopping videos. It is Thanksgiving week. So many things to be thankful for. And, as I mentioned earlier in the video, it is all about our community. It is all about that positivity. And I hope that you've been able to spend today's video with some of the Plant Foldies, admiring all of the gorgeous plants that we're surrounded by. I love showing you guys what you can find, the potential of beautiful houseplants you can purchase at a big box store. You definitely want to share Leafjoy for the holidays, and it is just one that if you haven't been out and about, I would highly recommend doing that. If you are going to go Black Friday shopping this weekend, go ahead and look at these big box stores. You never know, there might be some massive Black Friday sales. Otherwise, in terms of this week and just the rest of the holidays, just remember that it's not necessarily about getting the gifts, the monetary physical gifts that you get from people. I think the best gift is just making sure that you allow yourself to live in the moment, to share gratitude, to allow people in your lives to really enhance them in a way that you feel is best for your day-to-day routines. Show that people in your lives are important by just letting them know you care about them. And as you spend your time over the holidays, especially this coming weekend, let people know how much you appreciate them. And I know that I've said it multiple times throughout this video, but I really do appreciate all the kindness, all the support that every single Plant Foldie has given me. As always, guys, definitely consider joining my YouTube membership tier. Again, you'll get some more in-depth members only videos, channel perks. But overall, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys are inspired to go shopping. And as always, my name is Richie at Girl Folds. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel with all the notification bell on. Press the videos that are popping up on the screen and continue watching my content. I will see you with a brand new video tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Bye.